We were talking with Martin about the type of conditions and maybe the type of illnesses that people are experiencing and the impact that it has on their health, particularly in the area of stress. So we're going to talk a little bit with Tom, who's very experienced in this area, who's run a gym and competed in bodybuilding tournaments and has trained many people to get into great shape. So we want to, again, cover this area because we really do think it's going to make such a difference to you. So I'm just going to bring in Tom. Tom, you are very welcome. How are you today?
Very good. Great, Jamie. All good. How about yourself? All good on your end?
Very good. Yeah. Managed to sweep the kids to bed and escaped to this room. Hopefully it'll stay locked and they won't decide to re-emerge. One of them can't because he's in a cot. The other one is liable to come in at any stage. Anyway, maybe he'll get an enjoyment from the relaxation at 3.5.
I have a very large dog.
You have the large dog. Yeah.
Waving at me. So I'm ignoring him as we speak now. And as soon as we start this, he has this antenna which basically sets him off, and he has to find where I'm hiding. So anyway, we're ignoring all that. That's my version of a child. This is a very large dog who wants to join us.
Yeah, he's particularly into relaxation, I think, isn't he?
Yeah, he loves it. And so every time there's any hint of it, he likes to join in straight away. So that's it. There was a hint earlier on, so he's been watching me ever since very close.
They know when you're taking your position in the living room.
Yeah, he knows that there's something going on that could be of value to him.
Yeah.
So there you are.
Good. So we were talking before we came on again about Lifeenergy and the importance for people. And we talked with Martin yesterday. We talked about as you get older, you don't have to age badly. You can actually age very well, and you can really experience great energy and great health as you get older. And we obviously want to continue with that theme, and then obviously the relaxation makes such a difference in that area.
Well, absolutely. Now, I didn't catch Martin's talk, so I'm flying on the seat of my pants here because I don't know what he said.
That's okay. I'm leading you into it anyway. It's fine.
There's no problem, and Martin can cover that territory expertly, I must say, which is terrific. Just that when many years ago, when I started doing this, I began with yoga classes, and I attended Dr. Tony Quinn's first yoga classes in Ireland, and that very rapidly developed into a system whereby we used the yoga techniques to actually treat people with various illnesses. Okay, and the principle is very simple, that the whole structure of the yoga classes was to release your own life force and to bring it up to the surface and allow it out into your life. If you were doing that, what you will find is that it has a beneficial effect on other people. And because when the people were attending the classes, they were saying, they would come up to us afterwards and they'd be talking about various individual problems. And what we found was that it was getting to the stage where it was quite likely that we would never get home any one night of the week because we were there for so long. So we decided then that we would set these classes up, and it's entirely based on the idea that you get the person to relax. And as they relax, they find that the thoughts that they normally maintain in their mind begin to dissolve away. The energy that's held in those thoughts in a negative way is freed out, and becomes a free energy flow from that person. In other words, their energy is freed out and it gets out into their lives in a very positive way. So the thought patterns that was normally maintaining either a physical or a mental mindset, which was in turn maintaining a physical state or a mental state, which, to be perfectly honest with you, the person did not want to continue it, but wasn't sure how to get rid of it or how to dissolve it. So you were using the principle that if you considered yourself to be a yogi, okay, which was a person who practiced yoga, the principle there was that you would have energy to spare, if you will. The energy that you had released by doing these techniques would be freely available. And as that reached other people, it would have a transforming effect on them. And we basically said, well, if we are able to do this type of thing, we'll soon find out. And we said we'll start the therapy and we will invite people to come along with various problems and so on. And this began a career that I was involved in for quite a long time, for maybe 15 or 16 years. Yeah. And so I had seen and have seen hundreds of thousands of people, because it's a long time to work with people. And I would often start very early in the morning and finish very late at night because so many people were attending. Now, what was fascinating about it was that once you understood the principle that by relaxing the mind and by relaxing yourself physically, that freed out an energy which seemed to have the capacity to transform everything that it touched. The first person, of course, was the person emitting it. Okay, so that wasn't a bad deal. You got the first belt, and then anybody else in the room got the transference of the rest of the energy. And as people began to relax deeper and deeper, they could feel their own energy coming out, and that would join everybody else's energy in the room, and you would get sometimes a phenomenal release of energy, of healing energy or transforming energy into the room, which basically had the effect of transforming people's physical and mental problems to an incredible level. And people would be coming along to you with all sorts of problems now. Nothing, they wouldn't just be minor, they would be quite major. You know? Yeah. So you will find then that as they do that, okay, you will find that the energy in the room just got stronger and stronger and stronger. So when you do that, you find that you are allowing. Okay, so you're allowing then the person to understand the principle, understand how this whole thing works. You're understanding that by allowing yourself to move into a level of relaxation. And as you move to this level of relaxation, then you find that the thoughts that were normally oppressing the mind and oppressing you physically started to dissolve. And then as that happens, the space is filled up with an energy, and that energy goes out into that person's life. So they found that not only did they feel incredibly well while they were there in the room, but they found that this took over and basically went out into everything that they were actually doing day to day. So it had a transforming effect, first of all, on them, and then they found that as they did the relaxation themselves at home, and it seemed to be everyone belonging to it. And in a rapidly then found the transformation, not just them, but for everybody associated with them, was quite dramatic. Now, that, to be honest with you, is why I think the therapy grew so quickly, because people had such a transforming effect that they wanted everybody belonging to them to benefit in the same way, and they would bring their friends down and their relations and kids and so on. And like even to this day, if I go into Dublin, I will generally bump into somebody that had been to the therapy many, many, many years ago now, and they have maybe their grandchildren with them at this stage, and we will be introduced, and they would say, "Oh well, I attended this chap's therapy many years ago, and it totally transformed everything that I'm doing." And it's a phenomenal. It's an amazing it's like you get to a person where they kind of are moving in a certain direction in their life, and they come across something like this, and it just changes the direction, and everything about them changes, including everyone associated with them. And that part, to me anyway, is what it's all about. I mean, to me, I felt, well, if you're going to be alive and you can contribute in some way to how people are and to improving their situation, well, I thought that would be something that would be worth actually pursuing. And obviously I spent a long time doing that. But it's all based on what we have discussed for the last 10 or 11 sessions, where we've talked about the value of the relaxation in releasing that energy, so that energy, which has, and this is the part that I think is very, to me anyway, quite fascinating. It's almost like you are releasing an energy that has a direction and an intelligence of its own, which seems to be capable of, without me having to, I mean, if a person comes in and they have a problem, I may have no background medically to deal with that problem, in the sense that I'm not a doctor, so therefore I may not understand even the mechanics of that particular. Now, obviously, over the years, you learn through literally meeting so many people as they explain this, so you learn a bit about it. But for many years, you could get a person in, they would have a problem, and I would have no basis in understanding on that. Yet, as soon as you did the relaxation, the person would start to describe the effect on them physically or mentally. And it's as if that energy had a capacity to go right to the area, the actual central area of that problem, and begin to deal with that there and then, even though I would have no idea how to conduct that or direct it. So I was wasting my time thinking, I don't know much about this. How am I going to deal? I didn't get into that. I didn't bother with it because I wouldn't know. So there was no point in me actually thinking to myself, what am I going to do? I just didn't bother with that. So when you do that, that energy just is free to go out, and you're accepting that it is pure intelligence. It has an intelligence of its own. It knows better than you ever will what to do. So you're exposing the person to that energy, and that moves through the person and corrects the fault. It's like it adjusts whatever is going on that's not right. And if you listen, when I'm doing the relaxation, if you listen to how I'm describing it, I'm constantly saying to you, okay, this energy is flowing through the body, it's filling all the cells, and as it moves through the cells, it transforms those cells and brings them back to health. Energy is doing that. The person doesn't have to bother. I don't have to bother. I just leave that in the hands of life itself, and it just goes through the person. So our job, if you want to call it that, in joining together with relaxation, is just to free out that energy of that life that you have inside. And that has a direction and an intelligence of its own, and you are letting that act on your physical structure, your mental state, or your life in general, and that's what transforms a person.
It's not really much of a stretch for people, even if they haven't really heard of something like this before, because if you went to a party or you were with friends, and if you're with somebody who is a very good state and you're enjoying yourself and there's great energy in the gathering, you feel better. And obviously the opposite can also be true. If you're hanging out with people maybe who are not so happy, or they're telling you about their problems, or maybe you're at work in a similar situation, the energy is very transferable, and your mental state can very much affect other people as it can be affected by people. So we're talking about it in those terms, and then also the more you bring up that life energy, the effect that it can have on other people. And I would know from doing relaxation or training in a Duco gym with the same mental approach, that when you come home, or maybe you're dealing with clients or you're dealing with people in your team, the effect that you have on them, because you're so much more energized and you've got a much better or higher mental state. I mean, I think everybody can get with that idea, and I think this is really just a practice of it and really trying to get it to even higher levels. I think that's probably a good way for people to understand it.
We always, when Tony was setting up the gyms, he had the same thing in mind as he had for the therapy end of things, so that the person would be transformed by attending the gym.
Yeah.
So it's structured in such a way as to show the person how to get into a way of training that freed out their energy, fill the body, fill the muscle with energy, and cause that then to actually do the training. So you find that you're teaching the person to focus just on the muscle that they're working.
Yeah.
It takes everything else out of the picture, which means they're not paying attention to anything else, no matter what it is that they're worried about when they came to the gym.
Absolutely.
Now they're focused on the muscle, and that frees out their energy. And that's why a person can feel very, very energized by the training. And they may come in tired and leave buzzing with energy because of the way that you train in the gym.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, we're giving them a diet, and the purpose of the diet is to continue that mechanism of increasing the life force.
Yeah.
So the foods are designed to have life and to dispense that to the person when they eat it. So you're always looking at filling the person with as much energy as possible, and also allowing them the freedom to express their own energy.
Yeah.
So the gym is designed, and it's very specifically designed around the idea of the person being able to focus to the exclusion of everything else on what they're doing. So you can take that immediately into any job that you're involved in, or anything that you're involved in, say in relation to with kids, or with in a relationship, or whatever it would be, and focus just on what's happening there, and it gives you a greater depth of relationship. And so you should be able to take a simple exercise like you do in the gym, or a simple exercise like a relaxation exercise, and take that home with you and apply it at home or in the job. You see, it's like, what people will find is that more and more today, what is becoming the most important aspect of business now is your intellectual property. So in other words, your ideas. And what people find is that if they can relax and they can let that energy out, they're fascinated by the amount and clarity of ideas that they get. And to be honest with you, in a business scenario, you may find that in one lifetime, all you ever need is one good idea. And so if you can cause that to come up to the surface and you can act on it, because the energy is kind of flowing through you and fills you with energy. So you're if you like, the amount of power or energy that's available to you to cause that idea to come into fruition is quite strong, very high. Yeah. And you will find that people then in that condition have a tendency to be able to carry it out to a conclusion, and that will often change their whole lives. So they become very creative. Their capacity to be creative increases dramatically.
Yeah, and anybody thinking about it, anybody thinking about it, that combination of a lot of energy and very good focus is a winning formula, and it's just really about understanding the power of it.
I think that's why I think that's why the seminars are so popular.
Yeah. Because
we are at a point where people are beginning to value their intellectual property. They're beginning to understand that an idea has value.
Yeah.
And they find that they, in other words, they will then want to train their minds in a particular way to extract the most from themselves.
Yeah.
And that's what That's why the seminars work so well. It's also why a seminar is 10 days, because it takes a certain amount of time for that person to settle down and to have the mind settle down so that they can then start to, absorb the information. Sorry.
No, well, it is really about getting that understanding, and obviously we have an education system at the moment that takes many years, so it's not a stretch to understand that, to really get a grasp of how your mind works and the mechanics, and to really see your potential. I mean, I think investing 10 days to do that, and then based on the results that people achieve coming back from the seminars, it's a worthwhile investment in both time and money, actually.
Well, I think that's what people are beginning to understand.
Yeah.
They're beginning to realize that the capacity to access their intellectual property or their creative capacity is incredibly valuable to them going forward in their lives. So now they're beginning to become very interested in the mechanism by which they operate. And you might think, well, that's, surely when you're educated and you develop an understanding of life through education, and you will find that people will often say, yeah, but you don't learn how you operate as a person. You get information which should have value, but you mostly don't learn how you operate as a person. And that's the principle. This is the principle of the seminar. So, you are separating yourself from the normal, either constract you, and you're taking yourself a chance to work out how to best use yourself, how to best develop yourself. And you're using that time to alter everything that you do thereafter. And people who genuinely come home, take the material and take the information and use it, totally transform everything that they do. And that's the part that I love about it. That it's like everything that we do, Tony is always saying this, that like everything that idea that he came up with, or if he did a course on something or whatever, he would always use it to its fullest so that would transform his life. Yeah. So even the fact that we did the research on the gyms and it was validated by the university, Tony then immediately said, well, okay, now that's a prototype for a really, really breaking and physical structure enhancing system that isn't out there at the moment, and that's how the Educo gym developed.
Yeah,
and so you can come up with just one idea, and you will find that idea then will take you all over the world, will transform everybody's lives that it touches. I mean, you could look at lots of people out there who come up with just one idea, and they employ hundreds of thousands of people whose lives, even financially, have been transformed by that one idea that person had. So everybody, I think, needs to understand that they have that type of capacity, and how to extract that. And so the gym is designed to give you access to it. Your nutrition is designed to give you access to it, the relaxation. But mainly, from my point of view, and I'm not, I'm not sort of hiding behind the idea that I feel that I'm, if you like, advertising or talking about the seminars, because the information, the small amounts of information that we use as we go along here, if you feel that it is making a difference to you, well, there is no comparison to what you would actually find if you attended a seminar, because you have 10 days to actually focus on the whole thing and get to really understand it. So your ability to use it when you are finished there is just phenomenal. Like when I was doing the therapy end of things, what you were always trying to do was to teach the person how to heal themselves. That's what you were actually trying to do. because otherwise they have to come back to you and they feel that it's tied in with you, but you always try to turn that around and say, actually, I'm showing you how healing works, full stop. So when Tony started doing all the seminars, all the people I had attending the therapy end of things, I just said, guess what? You're not going to become a healer, and I want you to do this. And they went, and they said it was just an absolutely transforming 10 days, of the most transforming 10 days of their lives. And they then didn't need to have a therapy. Does that make any sense? Because they understood the mechanism themselves, and they could hold themselves in phenomenal condition and feel incredibly well because of the information they had about how they worked as a person. And to me, that's the thing going full circle, where the person then understands how to operate themselves.
Yeah. And I think on that basis, based on where we're at time-wise, we should dive into the relaxation. And just to mention to people, if you're watching this for the first time, the seminar we're referring to, it's the Educo seminar, and you can visit educoworld.com if you want to find out more about the seminar. And we will be announcing when there is a date set for the next seminar. Obviously, with the current situation, we don't have a firm date for the next seminar, but we will let you know as soon as it's announced. And so if it's something that you're interested in, and we really do highly recommend that you have a look at it, and we will discuss it further, obviously, so that because we're both extremely passionate about it, and we know the difference it can make to people. So Tom, maybe we'll do the relaxation.
Absolutely, yeah. I think we will proceed with that.
Okay, great.
Okay.
I'll give you the screen.
Right. Okay, everybody, and welcome again to another relaxation session. And so we're going to, based on what I was saying earlier, and we were talking to Jamie about, based on that, what I'd like you to understand is that the mechanism of relaxation, the way that you move into the relaxation, is designed so that you let go of the normal stresses that are bothering you, and for a period of time you let go to such an extent that it frees out that latent energy that's inside, that life force that's inside, and allows it to express itself through you physically and through you mentally, and it has a transforming effect on you physically and on you mentally. Now, as you know from doing the relaxation with me, I also will talk to you about the transforming effect it has on other people just by you doing the relaxation. Okay, so we're going to spend just a little time preparing ourselves for the relaxation, so that when you move in to the relaxation itself, that you will be in such a state of relaxation that you will, almost before we start, that you will be in a position then to just move straight into that. Okay, so if you just settle down, and if you are lying on the floor, if you just put your hands by your sides, the palms of your hands are facing upwards. Let your feet fall off to each side, and tuck your chin in a little bit. Don't have your head falling backwards, just tuck your chin in a little bit. That's it. Now, if you're lying on the bed, that's the same thing, so you're fine from that point of view. Now, if you're sitting in a chair, you just put your feet flat on the ground as you are, and your hands are on your lap. The palms of your hands are facing upwards. Okay? That's great. And just closing the eyes now. Now, you're closing your eyes very gently. You're not holding them tight, you're just closing them very gently. That's great. Now, you'll notice at this point, particularly if you've been practicing for a little while and you practice during the day as well, that the mechanism of going into the relaxation allows you to experience the energy straight away. It just starts to come up through the body immediately. You feel it in your hands, and you will feel it in your feet, and you'll feel it kind of moving through the body. And as that's happening, you find yourself just kind of sinking down into the ground, that feeling that you're sinking down into the ground. You're so physically relaxed. You're so mentally relaxed that you will find that anything that was bothering you before you sat down or lay down is just dissolving away completely. And you're not paying any attention now to it whatsoever. You're just allowing yourself to move into an even deeper level of relaxation. That's great. Drifting deeper and deeper now into relaxation, completely relaxed now. That's it. And you feel yourself now, it's like you're getting like a floating sensation, and you just feel very, very light, and you feel really, really well. Bring your attention now down to your feet and let go of any tightness or tension that you feel in your feet. That's great. Now you will notice that, as I was saying last week, that as soon as you pay attention to an area of the body and you relax it, you let go of any tension or tightness there, it seems to be replaced immediately by a sense of lightness, a tingling sensation or a heat, which is like that energy transference, like the energy's filling up that gap that's left from that tension, that stress. That's brilliant. Really good. Bring your attention now to your calves. You're letting go of any tightness or tension in the calf. Let it go completely. That's brilliant. Same thing there. As soon as you let go, that you can feel that energy just filling up that whole area now. That's really good. Bring your attention now to your thighs. You're letting go of any tightness or tension. That's it. That's brilliant. Yeah, let go of any tightness or tension now in your thighs. Let it go now completely. Just let it go. That's it. Let it go now. That's it. You can feel that tingling sensation, that energy now in that area. Now bring your attention to your hips. Let go of any tightness or tension in the hips. Let it go now completely. Let it go now. That's it. Let it go now completely now. That's it. And let it go now even more. And you can feel that energy, that lightness, that heat just moving through that area now. That's marvelous. Bring your attention now to the base of your spine. That's fantastic. You can feel that energy now just moving through that area. The base of the spine is just rising up. It's rising up now completely. That's fantastic. It's really good. And you're moving right up along your spine, from the base of your spine, vertebrae by vertebrae now. And as you move up along your spine, you can see and feel that each vertebrae and that part of your spine is just lighting up, getting brighter and brighter and brighter now. And moving up, vertebrae by vertebrae, moving up now to the next one, right up along your back. Okay, right up along. That's fantastic. And as that's becoming more and more relaxed now, that energy getting stronger and stronger, and you can feel the back just moving down. It's like it's kind of straightening out and just going down into the ground. Feels like it's actually just relaxing completely into the ground. That's marvelous. Bring your attention now to the back of your neck, and you're letting go of any tightness or tension there. Letting it go now completely. That's really good now. Let it go now completely. That's marvelous. Now bring your attention to the back of your head. You're letting go of any tightness or tension in the back of the head. Just let it go now completely. That's great. Now bring your attention now to the top of your head. Let go of any tightness or tension there. Letting it go now completely. That's it. Feel that energy now at the top of your head. Bring your attention to your forehead. Now you're just letting your forehead just become smoother and smoother now. Smoother and smoother. Areas like the forehead you can often, by frowning or worrying, you can kind of tighten that whole area up. So we're just letting it become smoother and smoother now. Smoother and smoother. That's fantastic. Bring your attention now down to your eyes. Let go of any tightness of tension there. That's fantastic. Let it go now completely. That's really good. And bring your attention to your mouth. You're not holding your mouth tightly closed. You're just letting it open gently. Just it only opens a small amount, but just letting the whole jawline relax now completely. That's good. Bring your attention now to your neck. Again, an area that you can hold quite tight, so just let go of any tightness of tension by paying attention to that area. And let go of any tightness of tension there. Letting it go now completely. It's really good. Bring your attention now across the shoulders. Let go of any tightness of tension in the shoulders now. Again, an area that you can hold quite tight if you're under stress. So you let that go now, let it all go completely. And letting go of any tightness of tension right down along your arms into your hands. Feel that tingling sensation in the hands now as you become even more relaxed. Any tightness or tension across the chest, you let it go now completely. Just letting it go now completely. That's it. And again, let it go even more. Just let it go now. Very good. Bring your attention now down to your stomach. Again, an area that you can be affected quite strongly by stress. So you're just letting go of any tightness or tension there. Let it go completely. Oh, paying attention now. Let it go completely now. Let go of any tightness or tension there. Just that's it. It's just dissolving completely. And in your mind's eye, that whole area is just getting brighter and brighter and brighter now. That's it. Now you find that because you have relaxed each part of the body, the whole body has become much, much more relaxed overall, and it's just becoming even more relaxed now as one unit. And you can feel that energy now from the top of your head just sweeping down through the body, and you can feel an energy moving out through the palms of your hands and out through the soles of your feet. And that energy as it passes through is literally transforming every single cell that it moves through. And the whole body now is enlivened and lit up by that energy as it passes through each cell. So the millions and millions of cells there, as that energy passes through them, they just light up brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter. And as that happens, all the cellular structures that are within the body and have specific functions to carry out, and that's all returned to a perfectly normal state now, perfectly healthy state. And you're moving to an even deeper level. And the deeper you're in the relaxation now, the more dramatic the transformation is for the physical and the mental structures within the body and the mind. So you're bringing your attention now to the top of your head again. All right. And as you are paying attention to that now, you can see that in your mind's eye. It's like a very bright light. And as you're looking at that, then it just sweeps down through the body. You can feel it moving right down through the body, out to the soles of your feet and out to the palms of your hands now. But this time it's going right out to everyone belonging to you. And you can see it like a gold light moving right to everyone belonging to you, passing right through them and out to everyone belonging to them. And it just goes out in a huge wave of light, brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter now. And in your mind's eye, you can see that wave passing over the whole globe of the world, because it's passing from one person to the next out in a huge wave, brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter, stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger now, passing out over the whole world now, transforming everything that it touches. Brighter and brighter and brighter now. And you're moving into an even deeper level of relaxation, feeling incredibly well, and knowing that each relaxation session frees out your life force and allows it out to everyone belonging to you, and it has a transforming effect on them. And that's the action, the direction of that life within you, that it has a direction of its own, and its direction is to go out to everybody and transform them into that light as well. So you're dropping into an even deeper level of relaxation, feeling incredibly well, knowing that that energy is first of all transforming you physically and mentally, and then moving from you out to everyone belonging to you. That's fantastic. And you become even more relaxed now. You can feel that energy now starting at the top of your head, sweeping right down through the body, and out through the soles of your feet. Every time it moves through the body, the whole body just lights up, getting brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter now, brighter and brighter and brighter, and moves out from the hands and out from the feet and out to everyone belonging to you. And you can see it just moving through, like it's like a cascade of gold, of the gold light just passing through each person, boom, and lights them up brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter now. And as it moves through that person, then it lights them up. They feel incredibly well. It frees out their energy, and that goes out to everyone belonging to them. And it just keeps cascading out, brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter now. And it goes out from you, out to everyone belonging to you, and out to everyone belonging to them. And it just keeps on going till it completely covers the whole world, brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter now. Brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter now. That's fantastic. That's it, letting it go out into the whole world. You can see the globe of the world now just getting brighter and brighter and brighter now. Brighter and brighter and brighter. That's fantastic. Brighter and brighter now. And you feel incredibly well. And remembering always that every relaxation session has a transforming effect on you and a transforming effect on everyone belonging to you, because you have allowed your own life out into the world and allowed it to do its job. Its function is to go out to everybody in the world and to transform the world. That's really, really good. And you're becoming even more relaxed now. Now, if you can imagine in your mind's eye that obviously your circulation is moving through the body and it's carrying all the nutrients that your body needs, but in your mind's eye, you can see the circulation it's like gold moving through the veins, because it's so bright and it's functioning at such a high level of perfection, and it's carrying this nutrient laden energy that's passing through every single cell and right out into all the organs in the body and transforming those organs, bringing them back to perfect health, bringing them back now to absolutely perfect health. You can feel it moving right through every single cell. That's fantastic. And you're just drifting to an even deeper level. As that energy moves through every cell, it transforms it as soon as it passes through it. And every time you do the relaxation, that transforming process takes place. So the more you use the relaxation, the more transforming it is. Not just for you, but for everybody associated with you and belonging to you. That's fantastic. It's just drifting into an even deeper level of relaxation now. And I want you to just pay attention now to that sense of well-being that's being produced by that energy as it passes through you. You're kind of just, you're joining with that energy now, and you're just experiencing that sense of well-being throughout the whole body and mind. That's fantastic. That's it. Just joining with that now and just experiencing that sense of well-being. That's really, really good. Every time you move into the relaxation now yourself, you'll move into this level of relaxation that frees out your energy, allowing it to transform you physically and mentally, and allowing it to transform everyone belonging to you, all your loved ones and the people that you're associated with. And it goes out into the world every single time, having a massively beneficial effect on everyone that it touches. So not only are you benefiting, but everyone belonging to you will benefit from that. It's really fantastic. It's really great. Now, as you experience that energy now and experience that sense of well-being, you will find that that sense of well-being, that sense of balance will remain with you now when we come back up to the surface and when we feel that we're back out of the relaxation, but you will carry that sense of well-being with you into everything that you do. That's fantastic. Really, really good. And we're going to count from 3 back up to 1, but as we're doing that now, you'll find yourself gently and easily coming back up to the surface, but you're feeling really, really well and very, very relaxed. But this sense of well-being now that you're experiencing, you will find that that stays with you. And every time you do the relaxation, it will increase, and then it will stay with you after that again. So that's going to be with you from now on. 2, gently now and easily just drifting back up to the surface, but taking that sense of well-being with you now. And you will find that that sense of well-being will allow you to deal with any stresses or any anxieties or any fears that come your way, and it just literally dissolves them. And you'll find that it will take care of everything on your behalf. That's fantastic. Just as we reach 1 now, the eyes just open. But you're feeling, as I was saying, very well. It's great.
Great. Thank you very much, Tom. I'm glad I changed my position to being on the couch. It's much, really enhances the relaxation.
Yes.
That's brilliant. I really enjoyed that. And thank you everybody who has joined us for this evening. So we're going to aim on Thursdays, probably it'll be a little bit after 7:30 when we get started. We do an online class with Aduco Gym, which finishes at 7:30, and it's a challenge to try and kick straight into this. So, but thank you very much everybody who joined us, and thank you, Tom. Really enjoyed that.
Yeah, no problem at all.
And we'll continue with our theme of talking about life energy, and we'll obviously be touching on the different elements that we're I suppose using in a Aduco Gym to really affect the person. So whether it's the relaxation, the mental approach, and you learn a lot about this approach obviously when you join a Aduco Gym and then when you train in it. And the gym is structured, as we've mentioned before, to get you into this flow state, to really get you to understand the importance of paying attention. And obviously it has that effect of increasing your life energy, which is what we're doing with all the various elements that we use, almost like really to transform the person, I think. And obviously, Tom, you've got so much experience in this area, so it's brilliant to have you to explain it to people, because I think, and obviously the way that you explain it is brilliant. So thank you very much.
I'm glad that people will get something from it, and if it transforms their lives